Alright guys, update time. I got the engine out, and on the engine stand, as you can see, I pushed the car back around behind the shop till I can get the engine fixed. We got the lawnmower over here. It's not running right now either, so that's another project. Got the exhaust valves out. As you can see, they're all nice and wonky, and I got it set up to be able to use the drill press as a valve spring compressor. I kind of practiced doing the exhaust valves, and I'll show y'all how to use your drill press as a valve spring compressor. I did have to build this little table over here. You can see it there. It's just some wood screwed together, 20-degree angle to hold the head at the proper angle to be able to press the valve springs down and get the keepers out. I'm going to set up the camera on the tripod and show y'all how I do this to get the intake valves out. Also, you can see this. I took a spare 5/8 socket that I had laying around and ground the side off, and I'm using that to compress the valve springs. I just use an adapter that's 1/4-inch hex for like impact drivers to hold the socket in the drill press. Just take a little pick and fish the keepers out. It's kind of a pain, but one thing that does help is occasionally touching the pick to a magnet I got laying around over here. It temporarily magnetizes the pick, and then I can use the pick to pick up the keepers like that. Once I got the keeper out, boom, on to the next one. I'll just use the pick to pick up the valve spring retainer and the spring. I'm sorting them all, keeping each hole together. Probably gonna number the buckets. And I'm keeping the retainers, the keepers, and the valve springs all together with the same bucket. It's probably not going to matter that much since I'm putting new valves in, but just keeping it together now till we can figure out what to do later. I got all the valve springs off. The valves are still kind of stuck. And what I did for the exhaust was I just took this wooden dowel, put it on top of the valve stem, tap it. I've got the head sitting on a couple of wooden blocks, that way the valves can move down. But just a little tap and they pop loose. I don't figure that's very good. Like, the fact that they're stuck is not good news for the valve guides, but they've got to come out somehow, so I'll just barely tap it. So now, flip it up. Here's our intake valves. See the nice straightness of them. Pull all those out, throw them on the ground, and we'll check out the valve seats. Alright, so I'm looking at the valve seats and I don't see anything that makes me think that this head is not good. There's some little bitty dings in this sharp corner here, like right there, where the valves hit, but the valve seats themselves all look good, and which we'll have to do a thorough cleanup on this head before we really know anything, but cursory inspection looks good. I think I can continue. I'm going to go ahead and tear down the bottom end and go through it, make sure there's no catastrophic failure there. But assuming it's good, I'm going to order valves and see if we can't get this thing put back together.